Hello, my name is Kate and welcome to Habits of a Modern Hippie. Sorry if the lighting and stuff is weird in here. I just bought a new house and I'm still trying to figure it out. Anyhow, today I went grocery shopping and I did it very much so zero waste style. So I thought I'd take you through a few tips on how to go zero waste grocery shopping and show you what I got today. Now I will preface this by saying that I am not 100% zero waste. I am not in a place in my life where that's going to be possible at the current moment, and that is totally fine. Every little bit goes a long way. Even just taking your own bags, small, simple steps can help the environment. And if you are looking for someone who is 100% zero waste, she's absolutely amazing, is my friend Andrea. She actually lives up in Boulder, which is like 35 minutes that way, but I will put her Instagram handle on the screen here. She has a nonprofit. Her name is Be Zero Waste Girl, and literally all of her trash fits in like a jar, and it's the coolest thing in the world. But you'll walk into her house and it's incredible. She's been there, done there, has been doing it for 10 plus years. She's phenomenal. But if you are just starting out like I am, I've always been a little bit more conscious of the trash I make, but haven't gone like the full like jump in 100% zero waste. And especially as a blogger and things like that, it's hard when you get a lot of products sent to you and things like that. And when you have a little brother who eats like ramen noodles by the pound kind of thing in the house, it's hard to be zero waste. So let's pop into the tips. Tip number 1, call ahead. Even some stores that you think are like 100% going to be okay with you bringing your own jars, your own bags, things like that, they might not be. I know some Whole Foods don't accept your own jars, which is just silly. I'm actually going to Sprouts, who you guys have known I've worked with in the past, but this is not like sponsored or anything. I just absolutely love them. But Sprouts, I'm here up in Thornton. It's a suburb of Denver, so I called because this is the first time I was going to bring my jars there, and actually the first time I went into the store in general. But yes, and so they were completely fine with it. And another great question to ask when you are calling is about the tare. So T-A-R-E, tare, it's kind of like the empty weight of a container, which is what you subtract after you fill up your container, to see if you need to have your stuff weighed in store or if you can do it at home. And this particular store, I could weigh it at home. I put all of my tare weights on the top of the jars, and you are good to go. Tip number 2. Prepare everything before you go. So, preparing your jars, I have a little food weight scale here that I use for cooking and baking and things like that. But to get the actual specific weight of your jar, you want to put the jar, including the lid you're going to use, and weigh that, and that is going to be what the tare is. This one is 1 pound and 0.25 in an ounce. You can type the whole thing depending on the store. It will either go 1 decimal or 2 decimals, and that's totally fine. And then you add a little bit of tape with the actual weight on here. So I just did the 16 ounces here, and each jar is going to be a little bit different. Now, jars aren't the only thing that you can tare. As I'm trying to pull it out of this bag over here, with a giant sack of potatoes. But you can bring your own bags as well. And bags like this that are a little bit heavier have, usually, if you can order them online, they have the actual tare weight in them. So this is 1.3 ounces, or these are little nylon bags that you can get as well. These are really, really light, so I don't even deal with the tare on these. But whatever kind of bags you have, make sure that it's super visible wherever it is, so when you get up to the cashier, it's going to be super easy. Tip number 3 is super important. Prepare your trip. When you are lugging around jars and bags and things like that, you don't want to go in and be like, oh snap, I don't have enough jars, or I have way too many, and it's a pain in the butt trying to check out. So make a grocery list. 1, this is going to help save you money, and 2, will make your shopping trip a little quicker. I knew I was going in and I needed a couple of staples and I wanted to get some snacks, so I figured out what size jars I needed for each things, and some of the things I needed, like this is black pepper. I needed spices, so I needed little jars, and then I have large jars and medium jars, and yes, these are absolutely Gummy Bears. And then a bunch of these produce bags, both big ones for kind of bigger items like potatoes and things like that, and smaller ones like this for things that are a little bit easier to scuff up. One of the ones I have was for squash. Now, tip number 4, when you are in there shopping, you can just use your jars and bags just exactly like you would do with the plastic bags that you get at the store. But if you don't want to deal with having to write out tags, all of that, which is actually just creating more waste, use your phone or a piece of scrap paper or something like that and record all of the PLU numbers. The PLU numbers, that PLU is the number that the cashiers need to type in to like weigh out your produce at the end of the store. I just use my notes app on my phone, write down what it is, what the PLU number is, and then as your cashier is checking you out, you can just read off the number to them. And tip number 5 is the most important one, and that is don't worry about it. No one is going to be perfect. People are going to give you weird looks, and know that that's completely okay and that is totally fine. The cashier today was looking at me like I had 3 heads, and she knew how to do it. She knew how to use the tare. And if the cashier doesn't, call in a manager. It's totally fine. You're saving the environment. You're saving yourself money. And not gonna lie, these make for a really gorgeous Instagram photo, which sounds ridiculous, but we all know we love that as well. But yeah, so when you walk in, plan ahead, you know what you're doing, and don't worry about it. So now that I have made a complete and total mess of my counter, let's zoom in a little bit and go through the grocery haul. So this was a kind of a small haul. It's just kind of mostly snacky things, a few veggies for the week and things like that. I have most of my staples at home already because I buy those in like giant bulk, like oatmeal and things like that. But here we go. All right, let's start out with the big jars. This is popcorn, so actual popcorn kernels. I have an air popper, and I absolutely love these. These ones are organic. Apparently we have a corn theme going on. This is called Inca corn. It's like salted popped corn, and it's one of my favorite snacking foods. Medium-sized jar, another snack. These are sea salt and vinegar almonds. If you have not tried these from Sprouts, they're one of the best things that they carry. I absolutely love it. Yet again, my sweet tooth hits. These are chocolate covered honeycomb. And sweet tooth number 2. These are Gummy Bears. So a lot of people think that you can't go find candy and things like that that are zero waste, and chocolate and gummies. Good job, Sprouts bulk section. Then to the small jars. This is black pepper. This is cinnamon. And then I have some pink Himalayan sea salt. Now in Sprouts, most of the spices are in a totally different area of the store. They're in the back near where the actual like spice jars are sold, and so you might have to go search for them a little bit. But the Himalayan sea salt is in the bulk section next to where all the flowers are. Next bag. We're working in the actual bags here. This is one of those nylon produce bags. These are little zucchini squash. I love to spiralize these. They're awesome. And I also like these because at Sprouts, they don't put the little produce sticker on them, so that's a little less trash as well. We have some onions, and normally I'd put the onions in one of these bags, but didn't happen today. I didn't bring enough with me. And just a little tip on these, one of my favorites, these Vidalia onions, is the squattier they are. So if they're rounder versus squattier, the squattier they are, the sweeter they're gonna be for sweet onions, which is very cool. Then we have some organic peppers. I have both yellow and orange here, and things that drive me nuts. It says organic on them, but it's another sticker. Like, what is the point of this? It's way easier to go zero waste during the summer, where you can actually go shop at like farmers markets and things like that, where they're not gonna have produce stickers on them. And bag number 3. These is my bag of potatoes. So I'm gonna be roasting some veggies for a little bit of meal prep this week. So I have regular sweet potatoes, and then I have purple sweet potatoes. This one is giant. They make me laugh, but I love purple sweet potatoes. One, because they taste good, but two, because they're gorgeous. And then last but not least, we have some grapefruit. And if you ever are curious about what grapefruit to get, you want to get a grapefruit that's heavy for its size. So if you pick up one versus the other, even if they're the same size, one is going to feel a little bit more heavy, and that's the one that you're going to want to get because it's a little extra juicy. But yeah, so that is all of the produce I grabbed. So now that I've made a total mess all over my counter, and I know you're all thinking, well, Kait, that's mostly snack food. What are you doing? I can show you a few of my staples that I keep. I actually keep all of my dry goods in jars that all go together, so I have them in a bunch of different heights and sizes and all of that, but they all kind of fit together. And so you can get pretty much everything in bulk that you're looking for. Like granola, this is rolled oats. You can grab those. So I get these in a giant jar. This is actual baking flour. Don't floof at me. This just got filled, so it's going to be very overfull. And chia seeds. So this is a lot of stuff that I can get in bulk. I don't show anything that you can get non-packaged, like meat or cheese at the deli counter, things like that. Just because I didn't get it this trip. But you can get so much without packaging. And if you do want to get something with packaging, that is totally okay. Just look for stuff that's a little bit more recyclable. So things in cardboard boxes, things in recyclable packaging. Look at the bottom and see how much of the actual packaging was originally recycled as well. So you just want to be a little bit more conscious of your shopping habits versus getting that bag of chips that you know you're just going to chuck it out. But yeah. So if you have any more questions or really like videos like this, let me know in the comments below. If you liked this, give it a big thumbs up. And if I haven't seen you before, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. You will see lots more of me and lots of the Fluffs who are hiding down here now, again on this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!